Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, November 30th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 641 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Jones wants Sandy Hook hoax case jury to hear his defenses. WH says travel restrictions in light of Omicron follow medical advice. Oklahoma man jailed after football watch party turns deadly. Man convicted of Great Falls Street fight murder gets 65 years. Federal judge blocks Biden vaccine rule for health workers in 10 states. Emails show how Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg talks to his staff about vaccines, pride flags, and his adopted babies. Kansas shakes up coaching staff after 2-10 finish to season. FedEx driver questioned about hundreds of packages in woods. What we know about 2-year-old Emma Sweet's death in Indiana River in Bartholomew County. Scott Peterson transferred off death row ahead of murder resentencing. What's next? The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Islamophobia controversy worsens after Boebert calls Omar, Politico. Ghislaine Maxwell portrayed both as scapegoat, predator as trial gets underway, Reuters. Kansas Rep. Aaron Coleman arrested on suspicion of DUI in Douglas County, KMBC Kansas City. Jack Dorsey steps down as Twitter CEO, NBC News. Global risk of Omicron variant is very high. Biden urges vaccinations, masks, judge blocks vaccine mandate, latest COVID-19 updates, USA Today. All vaccinated adults should get a COVID-19 booster shot because of the Omicron variant, CDC says, CNN. Check out the Cyber Monday deal on HP pre-built PCs with RTX 30 series GPUs, The Verge. Max Scherzer and the Mets agree on massive 3-year deal, The New York Times. Sources, Corey Seager, Texas Rangers agree on 10-year, $325 deal, ESPN. Supreme Court asked to review overturned Bill Cosby sex crime conviction, CNBC. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Amazon workers in Alabama likely to get a do-over vote on union. WHO warns that Omicron virus variant poses very high risk. Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein were partners in crime, prosecutor. GOP Rep. Nancy Mace makes conflicting COVID vaccine remarks on CNN, Fox News. Natasha Rothwell of insecure on her time writing for SNL, I didn't feel seen. Ilhan Omar hangs up on Lauren Boebert over non-apology for Jihad Squad remarks. Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr honored George Harrison on 20th anniversary of death. Get up to $500 off MacBooks with these Cyber Monday deals from Best Buy. Meet Tomagear founder Antoine Manning, designer of the Next It bag. Fight for Trump, the FBI has identified Swedish Scarf, a most wanted Capitol rioter. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. 3 boys rescued from Vermilion Bay. Video shows man hanging from bridge. DoorDash driver with mother, daughter carjacked. Woman orders wood carving tool on her late husband. Off-duty officer killed by alleged drunk driver. Small business owners donate to community. Firefighters, volunteers, build bikes for kids. He went for miles and miles, escaped goat was on the run for days. Man accused of sexually assaulting jogger charged. Officer involved shooting investigated. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Lee Elder, who broke a golf color barrier, dies at 87. A Song for Stephen Sondheim, by Julie Andrews and others. The Fed chair will tell lawmakers that the variant creates more uncertainty around the economic outlook. At trial, Ghislaine Maxwell is called both predator and scapegoat. CDC strengthens booster recommendations as concerns over Omicron grow. In Bill Cosby case, Supreme Court is asked to toss ruling that freed him. World Omicron fight hindered by fragmented response. Judge temporarily blocks vaccine mandate for health workers in 10 states. Who is Parag Agrawal, Twitter's new CEO? Virgil Abloh, path-blazing designer, is dead at 41. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. But a judge advisor called Christine Blasser Oy Ford and Apis, Looney Tunes and Apis. Journalists stunned how Chris Cuomo still has CNN job amid damning revelations of his role in helping brother. Cuomo strikes defiant tone in newly released video of his testimony about alleged sexual misconduct. Omicron expected to arrive in NYC, COVID masks should be worn indoors at all times, city's top doctor says. Jussie Smollett trial, court and Apis, working with media and Apis, on how to and Apis, fit in courtroom and Apis. Arlene Dahl, and Apis, journey to the center of the earth and Apis, star in Lorenzo Lamas and Apis, mother, dead at 96. Chris Cuomo offered advice to brother Andrew Cuomo on coronavirus messaging, testimony. Adam McKay talks past Will Ferrell friendship, reveals what ended their relationship. Dr. Alveda King celebrates her family's Christmas traditions and favorite recipes. Heidi Plank disappearance, Los Angeles cops search landfill for human remains, evidence of missing woman. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, November 30th. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Ghislaine Maxwell goes on trial today for sex trafficking in much-anticipated case. Russia reveals successful test of its 6,670 miles per hour hypersonic Zircon missile from warship. Meghan Markle's lawyer denies she bullied staff in BBC documentary series The Princess and the Press. Jack Dorsey posts resignation letter on Twitter as he denies he was forced out of $11 billion firm. Richard K. Sussexes are to blame for race slur witch hunt. Why the Queen gave up her nightly dry martini, but still enjoys fine wine with dinner. Labour's reshuffle shambles, Angela Rayner's speech is overshadowed by surprise couple. Samantha Brick, how was I duped and taken for thousands by my own psychic? Fashion Awards 2021, Demi Moore, 59, displays very smooth complexion. Industry leaders fear new COVID isolation rules could spark staffing crisis. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. As the Omicron variant arrives in the West, wealthy countries are reaping what they sowed. Coronavirus vaccine makers race to address Omicron variant. South Africa, first to reveal Omicron, braces for COVID case surge, including among young children. Omicron coronavirus variant poses very high global risk, WHO warns. COVID-positive Czech president swears in new prime minister from within transparent isolation box. Barbados prepares to bid farewell to Queen as head of state. WHO warns that new virus variant poses very high risk. Barbados to cast off Queen Elizabeth II as Prince Charles watches. British Columbia extends fuel rationing after flooding. Hate crime attacks by Israeli settlers on Palestinians spike in the West Bank. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors. The Guardian. This is the Guardian's U.S. news feed. Joe Biden says Omicron COVID variant a cause for concern, not panic. Live. COVID Live News. UK extends booster vaccinations. Spain, Sweden and Canada report Omicron cases. Omar and Boebert have unproductive call after anti-Muslim remarks. Succession recap, Series 3, Episode 7, Kendall's party is well and truly pooped. Amazon workers in Alabama to get another union election. Alexia Putellas and Lionel Messi named 2021 Ballon d'Or winners. Industry pays tribute to Virgil Abloh at somber fashion award ceremony. Tiger Woods feared losing leg but aims for part-time return to PGA Tour. Ghislaine Maxwell preyed on vulnerable young girls, prosecutors say. Bill Cosby, prosecutors ask U.S. Supreme Court to review case against comedian. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Amazon workers in Alabama get a do-over in union election. Biden vaccine rule for health workers blocked in 10 states. Chris Cuomo's off-air role, Brother Andrew's strategist. Watch, Matted Dog has an incredible transformation haircut. Father held after 4 California children, grandmother slain. Bill Cosby prosecutors ask U.S. Supreme Court to review case. Vaccine makers optimistic about producing Omicron-specific shots if needed. Watch, First Lady Jill Biden unveils White House holiday decorations. Alabama inmate who survived execution attempt dies of cancer. Lee Elder, first black golfer to play Masters, dies at age 87. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Omicron, WHO warns of high infection risk around globe. Ghislaine Maxwell accused of preying on young girls for Epstein to abuse. Mark Esper, former Pentagon chief sues Pentagon over book release. Enes Kanter freedom, NBA star changes name to celebrate U.S. citizenship. Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey steps down as chief executive. The Simpsons, Tiananmen episode not found in Hong Kong. U.S. and Iran seek to break impasse at talks on reviving nuclear deal. Oscar Pistorius, Reeva Steenkamp's parents to meet her killer. Virgil Abloh, how he helped black people dream in fashion. China surveillance of journalists to use traffic light system. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Scientists race to study Omicron variant. Global risk of Omicron variant is very high. Biden urges vaccinations, masks, judge blocks vaccine mandate, latest COVID-19 updates. Off-duty New Jersey cop accused of fatally striking man with car and taking body home. Pediatricians warn of virus impact on kids, urge parents to vaccinate them. Weekly new infections again surpass 600,000. COVID-19 updates. Cuomo defiant on allegations in video testimony. Football field-sized asteroid to approach Earth on Monday night, one of several in the coming weeks. Actor Jussie Smollett arrives at court for trial. Travel restrictions meant to protect not punish. Bodies hanging from Mexico overpasses, powerful drug cartels are back to their old tactics. Omicron, the newest coronavirus variant, how to pronounce it, how it got its Greek name, and what it means. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. In LA County, low-income areas have been less likely to get COVID-19 boosters. One dead, 2 rescued after 100,000-pound oak tree smashes into Encino home. Enforcement begins today for LA's COVID-19 vaccine requirements. How big a threat is the Omicron variant of coronavirus? Here's what we know. Father arrested after 4 children, mother-in-law shot to death in Lancaster home. To protest COVID mandates, this California town declared itself a constitutional republic. How the theft of 44 firearms from an LA gun store exploded into an Los Angeles Police Department scandal. Failures of California's first plan to stop offshore oil drilling cast shadow over new efforts. Photos, Christmas returns to Hollywood. Omicron variant spreads globally, sparking fears of winter COVID-19 surge. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, November 30th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Documents reveal Biden admin not fighting for a COVID vaccine patent waiver. Despite public statements amid mounting concern about the Omicron variant, Biden declared U.S. support for a COVID-19 vaccine patent waiver, but new documents from Geneva tell a different story. U.S. allies biggest beneficiaries of Australia's $17 billion China trade row, report finds. Toddlers make up 10% of hospital cases in Omicron epicenter. Toronto, with police support, moves closer to decriminalizing drug possession. The world must study the wreckage of COVID-19 and say never again by striking a pandemic preparedness treaty, the WHO said Monday as countries gather to build a new accord. Barbados to declare itself a republic tomorrow, cutting ties with Queen as head of state. China Xi promises 1 billion COVID-19 vaccine doses to Africa. Latvia calls for permanent U.S. troops to guard against Russia threat. Liberals set to introduce beefed-up bill banning conversion therapy in Canada. Wind becomes largest source of electricity for first time in Turkey. Moscow says 27 more Russian diplomats due to leave U.S. in January. Botswana appeals court upholds ruling that decriminalized gay sex. Canada calls for international pandemic treaty and emergency summit, second of its kind in history. Sweden gets new prime minister, Magdalena Andersson wins second vote in parliament. WHO warns Omicron poses very high global risk as variant spreads. The next headlines are from Forbes. Bumble co-founder Whitney Wolfe Herd no longer a billionaire as shares plunge. Amazon warehouse workers in Alabama get to redo union election, labor board says. Rap Ilhan Omar hangs up call from GOP's Boebert in dispute over anti-Muslim remarks. Supreme Court rejects request to block COVID-19 vaccine mandate for Massachusetts hospital system. Annie Live choreographer discusses his process in bringing the classic musical to TV. Tiger Woods talks of tough road to recovery, following Hogan's competitive path after car accident. Monday Night Football, Seahawks at Washington odds, picks and predictions. Want leaders to make better, faster decisions? Tackle this critical area. Every song on Adele's 30 Feet made the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Workplace ageism requires leadership action. 10 steps to proactively address the problem. The next headlines are from Nature.com. For a brown invertebrate, rescuing native UK oysters. Discrimination still plagues science. When scientists gave 1,000 vulnerable people hepatitis over 30 years. Victories against AIDS have lessons for COVID-19. Audio long read, The Chase for Fusion Energy. Is this mammoth ivory pendant Eurasia's oldest surviving jewelry? Author correction, estimating a social cost of carbon for global energy consumption. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,747,944,210 humans. Worldometers.info, says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Hitmaker of the month, Master Mixer Sherbon Gania keeps the Weeknd, Department of Justicia Cat and Ariana Grande in his own mix. Chris Cuomo under new scrutiny at CNN for helping his brother amid sexual harassment investigation. How to watch the 2021 Gotham Awards online. Christopher Walken to return for second season of Stephen Merchant, big talk show The Outlaws. Ahsoka Tano Disney Plus series casts Ivana Sagno. Cairo Film Festival Shorts program sees surge in submissions. Chucky renewed for season 2 at USA Network, Syfy. Pennsylvania appeals Bill Cosby ruling to U.S. Supreme Court. Rebecca Hall on the Gotham nominated passing. Gotham Awards open up to international documentaries. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Rips Boebert and Omar spoke after Boebert's Islamophobic comments. It didn't go well. Ex-Google workers sue company, saying it betrayed "Don't Be Evil" motto. Amazon warehouse workers get to redo their union vote in Alabama. The Bidens unveil their first White House Christmas decorations. Former Defense Secretary S. pursues the Pentagon over book redactions. Flying blind author says Boeing put profit ahead of safety with the 737 MAX. Merriam-Webster's 2021 word of the year is, of course, vaccine. Dozens of strangers were snowed in at a UK pub. Cue the Oasis sing-alongs. Sweden's first female leader quit last week after a few hours. She was just re-elected. The Omicron variant is cause for concern, but not panic, Biden says. The following headlines are from The Week. Prosecutors ask Supreme Court to step in after Bill Cosby's conviction was overturned. Channing Tatum says the Stripperverse will never be the same after new Magic Mike I. Biden says Omicron variant is a cause for concern, not a cause for panic. The incapacitating bonhomie of Biden. What to know about the trial of Jussie Smollett as jury selection begins. Jack Dorsey will reportedly step down as Twitter's CEO. Honduran opposition candidate Xiomara Castro takes big lead in presidential returns. The Simpsons episode that references Tiananmen Square missing on Disney Plus in Hong Kong. Phil Saviano, key advocate for survivors of sex abuse by Catholic clergy, had died at 69. Is the Omicron panic just the beginning of the way we live now? The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Escape from Kabul. The next headlines are from Universe Today. The Parker Solar Probe is getting pelted by hypervelocity dust. Could they damage spacecraft? The Decadal Survey is out. What new missions and telescopes are in the works? This is a classic example of a reflection nebula, where the reflected light from young hot stars illuminates a protostellar cloud of gas and dust. A gravitational lens shows the same galaxy 3 times. NASA launches DART to learn how to defend the Earth from a future asteroid impact. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, November 30th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Hubble's grand tour of the giant planets. The next news is from Politico. Hundreds of House districts are being redrawn. Here's who's winning and losing. Boebert versus Omar, why this inflammatory House GOP moment is unique. Please let me help, how Chris Cuomo fought to save his embattled brother. All adults should get a COVID booster shot, CDC says. New draft redistricting map in Florida cuts up Murphy's seat, boosts GOP. Maxwell, Epstein were partners in crime, prosecutor says. Cosby prosecutors urge Supreme Court to restore conviction. McConnell threatens to stall defense bill without amendment votes. Fed's Powell warns Omicron could slow job growth, extend supply snarls. Amazon ordered to hold new union election at Alabama facility. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian News Live, Omicron variant COVID-19 cases grow in Australia, more urgent testing underway for return travellers from South Africa. Like Eve to Adam, Ghislaine Maxwell blamed for bad behavior of men, lawyer. Best of Cartoons, November 30, 2021. Victoria records 918 new COVID-19 cases as traveller cleared of bringing Omicron strain into Victoria. Collingwood star Jordan De Goro arrives back in Australia. Government just rolls to WA gas industry without scrutinising climate concerns, corporate advocate. Moderna soars after saying Omicron vaccine ready in early 2022. Woods admits full-time career over, may play 1 or 2 events a year. David Delathingu, A Life in Pictures. Serial guinea pigs, big bucks luring WA uni students to drug trials. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. MarketWatch first take, Jack Dorsey didn't change Twitter's trajectory, what happens now? The Wall Street Journal, CDC now says everyone 18 and older should get COVID booster. The Fed's Powell calls Omicron variant a risk to economic growth. The Moneyist, I'm a proud, unvaccinated Trump supporter. 2 of my siblings have not spoken to me in a decade. Should I cut them out of my $7 million estate? The Moneyist, please help. My brother took out $20,000 in student loans in my father's name without his consent. My parents refused to take action. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey to step down and be replaced by CTO Parag Agrawal. Earnings outlook, Global Foundries first earnings report expected to show strength in lower tech chip designs. Newswatch, U.S. stock market ends higher in partial rebound from Friday's sell-off as Biden says Omicron won't lead to shutdowns or lockdowns. Market snapshot, U.S. stock market ends higher in partial rebound from Friday's sell-off as Biden says Omicron won't lead to shutdowns or lockdowns. Bond report, 10-year Treasury yield bounces after Friday's Omicron-sparked slide. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Our patent review system is 10 years old, it's time to make it stronger, Intellectual property issues for foreign enterprises acquiring Chinese companies, Lixology. ORNL's Amy Elliott receives ASTM International AM Award 3DPMN. Largan Precision sues Motorola over optical lens patents, Law Street Media. When R&D employees leave, who owns the rights to their work, Electronic Products and Technology. Explaining inventions better, models and samples in Indian patent applications, Lixology. Hey Hudson Valley, do you remember when we had two? WPDH.com. New all-strain COVID killer to be tested by a division of the National Academy of Science of Ukraine, PR Newswire. 5 for Vacuum Technology welcomes this year's Rentgen Prize winner Dr. Dasha Elena Miladova, MarketScreener.com. The next headlines are from Quartz. Online sales fell on Black Friday but should bounce back on Cyber Monday, analysts say. Facebook planted the idea of the metaverse but Apple can actually populate it. Can Omicron turn around Peloton, one of the year's worst performing stocks? Jack Dorsey chose Square over Twitter. How to pronounce Omicron in English and in Greek. A drop in international student enrollment could hurt U.S. job creation. Welcome to the age of the empathetic boss. Malawi has asked Mike Tyson to be its cannabis ambassador. How African countries are responding to the discovery of the Omicron COVID-19 variant. Why there won't be a COVID variant called She. The following headlines are from TechDirt. When the FBI shows up at your door about your reporting, that's intimidation. Apple sues NSO Group for targeting iPhone users with powerful exploits. Facebook again tells law enforcement that setting up fake accounts violates its terms of use. Daily Deal, Cyber Monday Roundup. Washington Post forgets it fought and won legal battle against mandatory transparency, now demands Internet co's face the same. Cable giant Spectrum endangered its employees and screwed its technicians during COVID. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Kevin Gausman, Lee Elder, Spirit Airlines flight attendant attack, Robbie Ray, Kemba Walker, Ballon d'Oro 2021, Aaron Rodgers, Lil Baby, Charlie XCX, Christmas. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. CDC expands COVID-19 booster advice amid Omicron scare. Drogba panned for posing bizarre question to women's Ballon d'Or winner. Harsh penalties mulled for those resisting compulsory vaccination in Austria, reports. Ghislaine Maxwell defense invokes Adam and Eve story as her trial opens. Relentless Robert Lewandowski is hard done by Lionel Messi's questionable Ballon d'Or win. Concerned Department of Justice tries to ban Bannon from disclosing January 6 docs. South African doctor who discovered Omicron describes symptoms. There were difficult moments, Lionel Messi reacts to winning his 7th Ballon d'Or, video. Judge halts Biden vaccine mandate in 10 states. Psaki rejects talk of federal vaccine deadline extension. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Green technologies have a glaring problem of scale. FTC demands Walmart, Amazon and others participate in supply chain probe. Think carefully about accepting the concept of vaccine passports. It's a shock, Ghislaine Maxwell hasn't enjoyed her 17-month stay in jail so far. NY taxpayers pay $750,000 to bury power lines so wealthy residents can see the ocean view. Fed Chair Powell swings dovish, blames Omicron uncertainty. Will the Omicron virus turn out to actually be bullish for stocks? A different perspective, how threat-free are Americans from COVID-19? Partner in crime, Maxwell prosecution opens with sordid details of Epstein's sexual predation. Bitcoin and big tech erase Omicron fears, bonds, black gold, and a buck less sure. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. France sending more security forces to Guadeloupe amid unrest. Amazon workers in Alabama will get another shot to unionize. Major retailers tell Biden shelves are stocked for holiday season. Omicron poses risks to global growth, inflation, rating agencies. PSG's Lionel Messi wins record 7th Ballon d'Or. Maxwell and Epstein were partners in crime, U.S. prosecutor says. Sweden's first female PM elected for a second time in a week. World Bank is working to free up $500 in Afghanistan aid, report. Omicron, new variant not a cause for panic, says Biden. Barbados set to become a republic, ditching British Queen. The next headlines are from Breitbart. White House cancels scheduled Joe Biden speech 15 minutes before it starts. Judge strikes down Joe Biden's vaccine mandate for healthcare workers. Salvation Army withdraws controversial guide, which urged donors to repent for racism. Ron DeSantis, Florida won't bring back lockdowns based on media-driven hysteria. Fairfax County Public Schools reintroduces pornographic, pedophilic material. Arizona State U students demand school expel Kyle Rittenhouse. Omicron, Japan bars all foreign entries for 1 month. New York City reinstitutes coronavirus mask advisory at all times indoors. Kansas House Rep Aaron Coleman faces calls for resignation following second arrest in a month. Breitbart News Daily Podcast at 20, America is back to panicking about coronavirus, guest, Dan Gaynor. The next headlines are from UPI News. Clerk convinces woman to buy $1.4 million lottery ticket. Watch, firefighters rescue puppy stranded under owner's deck. Watch, India man builds Taj Mahal replica house as gift for his wife. Message in a bottle launched from Florida crosses Atlantic Ocean. Watch, deer breaks into New Hampshire school, leaves antler behind. Watch, bear raids $600 worth of frozen meats from Colorado garage. Watch, overdue book returned to Idaho Library after 110 years. Watch, man rides 35 miles on electric unicycle while juggling for world record. Watch, bison on the loose for 2 months spotted in Illinois. A full 12 days of Christmas will cost more this year. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 1 of 7, Animal mutilation perpetrators are creatures from outer space, Sheriff Tex Graves, Logan County, Colorado, 1979. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Youth wins prize for providing renewable energy to 10,000 people without need for battery, wind, sun, or water. New procedure could improve quality of life for millions of people after knee replacement surgery. Artist's joke to his friends garners $600K for Nigerian orphanages. People enjoy surprisingly deep conversations with strangers, and new study finds benefits. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, November 30th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Staff at UK's highest pub bid fond farewell to snowed-in guests. Bullets in toaster oven start fire in assisted living facility room. Pubgoers snowed in for 3 days at UK's highest inn. Bodies rotting since 2020, horror for 2 families struck by COVID. U.S. Customs officials seize nearly 4,000 bombs at D.C. airport. Plumbers expecting Big Brown Friday following Thanksgiving feasts, increase in sewage. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Researchers built an AI that automatically generates movie trailers. Does the right to bear arms cover AI guns and killer robots? Scientists developed living robots that reproduce. Jack Dorsey is no longer Twitter's CEO, by choice, this time. 23 new models and $18 billion, the staggering numbers behind Nissan's new all-electric plan. Why Meta's $315 acquisition of Jiffy is set to get blocked. You've just been accepted into a startup accelerator, now what? South Korea will use VR to determine if the elderly can keep driving. The anti-snoring mouthpiece that can finally give you a good night's sleep is on sale for Cyber Monday. Scoof can turn 2022 into the year you learn to play the piano. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Largest comet ever observed was active at near a record distance. Researchers shrink camera to the size of a salt grain. Researchers identify behavioral adaptations that may help Antarctic fishes adapt to warming Southern Ocean. Nibbling prehistoric herbivore sheds new light on Triassic diversity. Programmable interaction between quantum magnets. Development of an artificial vision device capable of mimicking human optical illusions. Spicy breast milk. The next headlines are from Information Week. Whatever happened to business supercomputers? Harness your heritage, building an IT future on past success. Reduce and reimagine, how SEOs can transform IT spend. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, November 30th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Retirement, Utah football coach Kyle Whittingham says he's having as good a time right now as ever. She won a pageant by embracing her Navajo culture after her dad grew up unable to at an indigenous boarding school. Scientists working to understand record of mine-related contamination in sediment below Lake Powell. Who is offering to buy your home for cash and how is it impacting Utah's housing market? Parents trying to get books yanked from school libraries deserve to be heard, Robert Garrick writes. How 9 books started a fight over censorship and pornography in this Utah school district. Utah's COVID-19 death toll is now more than 3,500. By tight end Isaac Rax appears to have surgery on injured leg. By women's basketball gets number 21 ranking by AP, men jump 6 spots. Charles M. Blow, we saw a shooting star of justice in the Ahmaud Arbery case. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. AMD allegedly jacking up RX 6000 GPU prices by 10%. Nissan lays out $17.6 billion plan to electrify its future. Fired employees sue Google for breaching Don't Be Evil part of contract. Amazon builds out network to speed delivery, handle holiday crunch. Ghost kitchens are proving to be a messy business. Cyber Grinches snatching toys should be stopped, lawmakers say. Stamping barcodes on cells to solve medical mysteries. Israel and Iran broaden cyber to attack civilian targets. Chinese province targets journalists, foreign students with planned new surveillance system. Amazon App Store still broken on Android 12 a month after OS release. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Steven Matz finalizes $44 million, 4-year contract with Cardinals. Police, 3 killed in rollover crash on I-270 were not wearing seatbelts. Ferguson woman dumbfounded after $443K show me cash win. Missing millionaire, winning lotto ticket worth $1.8 million sold in St. Louis County. What's next for Jack Dorsey? His other company recently opened a huge office in his hometown of St. Louis. Missouri deputy working as a school resource officer charged with sodomy. Whataburger Superfan first in line for Independence grand opening. Unvaccinated still driving COVID hospitalizations in St. Louis region. Man rescued after trench collapse at Illinois worksite. Missouri federal court halts vaccine mandate for some healthcare workers in 10 states. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Bill Cosby prosecutors ask Supreme Court to review ruling that freed him. UCSD study finds positive health effects of eating lots of avocado. City Council approves vaccine mandate for city workers. Father arrested in shooting deaths of his 4 children, mother-in-law at SoCal home. 19-day streak of rising San Diego County gas prices ends. Man killed when massive tree crashes through Encino home in middle of night. Biden, Omicron variant is a cause for concern, not panic. San Diego unified vaccine mandate for students 16 and older halted by emergency injunction. Post-holiday travelers face busy airports and roads. Comic-Con special edition wraps up final day in San Diego. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Luch successfully demos guided missile weapon on M113 platform. France rolls out new nuclear-powered attack submarine. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Why China is genuinely worried about AUKUS. U.S., China commemorate ping-pong diplomacy at Table Tennis Worlds. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, November 30th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Crews rescue woman from fall in Santa Cruz County. Two 13-year-olds arrested in separate Bay Area carjackings. Oakland Mayor Schaaf addresses death of Crone 4 security guard Kevin Nishiga. Congress members introduced legislation to support and preserve local journalism. FedEx driver questioned after 300-400 packages found in Alabama woods. Americans moving less than ever before. Image shows Capitol rioter, 19, using bear spray on officers, Department of Justice says. Carjacking suspect leaves selfie on victim's phone. Disneyland says new Believe Magic keys are all sold out. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Jalen Hurts has proven he's a better runner than passer. Hutch for Heisman, Jim Harbaugh stumps for Michigan star DE. Pass-heavy approach proves costly in Colts' latest loss. What health officials know, and don't, about the Omicron variant. Pioneering House Majority Leader won't run again. Illinois COVID-19 hospitalizations climb amid Omicron variant fears. Gurney shooting victim ID'd, investigators believe he was targeted. Pot shop proposed for downtown Des Plaines would be first in the city. Gonzalez, will Cubs, White Sox spend now or wait for free agent bargains? The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Report, Seattle ranks as one of the worst U.S. cities for package theft. Here's where to find Seattle's best places to go ice skating. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 2021. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Italy. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, November 30th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. The Human Cost of War, My Own Failure and Our Military's Mental Health Crisis. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Bill Cosby prosecutors take case to the United States Supreme Court. Houstonians encouraged to don Western wear for rodeo's Big 90th event. All vaccinated adults should get COVID-19 booster shot because of Omicron variant, CDC says. Texas gains big recognition as one of top states for tiny homes. Fashion designer Virgil Abloh dies at 41 after private battle with cancer. This is how many Houston workers now earn six-figure salaries. Man who stole $1.6 million in CARES Act money for lavish spending spree gets 9-year sentence. Opening statements underway in Ghislaine Maxwell trial. First Lady Jill Biden unveils White House holiday theme and decorations. Houston renters are swarming in from this Texas city most, new report says. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Duck-billed dinosaur may be one of many at Missouri site. Prosecutors add sixth homicide count in Wisconsin parade crash. Powell says COVID variant clouds inflation, economic outlook. Fact focus, new Omicron variant fuels old misinformation. AP source, Mariners finalizing deal with Cy Young winner Ray. Giving Tuesday CEO talks about campaign, younger donors. Number 1 Georgia braces for tough tide after stress-free season. Man charged in rape on Philadelphia train held for trial. Browns bummed and bewildered at by after loss to Ravens. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, today is gonna be the day you read about an Oasis tribute band getting trapped in a pub during a snowstorm. A.G. James releases hours of video and additional written testimony from Cuomo probe. Mid-century photography and modern self-portraiture take center stage at 2 new exhibits at the Met. New Year's Day Coney Island polar bear plunges on for 2022. Facing COVID surge and Omicron, NYC advises all residents to wear masks indoors and in public. Early edition, the hot new hitting Hmong lifestyle trend of spacing out while staring at trees. NJ renters have 2 weeks to apply for rental aid as eviction moratorium sunsets. After ballot measure bust, state lawmakers make new push for voting rights. Fans sing and pay tribute to Broadway great Stephen Sondheim on an ordinary Sunday. Succession Power Rankings, too much birthday. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. High global fertilizer prices overshadow Malawi's farm subsidy program. Pakistan, gender-intentional policy can make agent banking work better. Omicron COVID variant underlines need for global pandemic treaty. Coronavirus pandemic could cost global tourism $2 trillion this year. IM scales up aid at EU-Belarus border, as migrant hypothermia deaths tick up. Violations of Palestinian rights puts two-state solution at risk, UN chief warns. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. What is the relationship between the political left and globalism? Chris Cuomo used his media connections to find info on Andrew's accusers. Video, students demand Black Friday be renamed, until they discover it has nothing to do with race. Puzzling surge in heart disease among soccer players is a coincidence, media reports. United Nations is handing out $800 debit cards to illegal migrant families in Mexico heading to U.S. Armed agents in Texas school district arrest concerned parents in their own homes. Omicron, a perfectly timed variant to scare the unruly back into submission. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Oh, Christmas tree, cardboard display is the talk of a town. Merriam-Webster's 2021 word of the year is vaccine. Log in, dozen stuck in England's highest pub after storm. Are African countries planting giant wall of trees to stop Sahara desert spread? No, this pic doesn't show a rocket docked at the International Space Station. Is audio of the Ghislaine Maxwell trial available by phone? Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey steps down as CEO. Gifts from the Heart is Biden White House Christmas theme. At Jussie Smollett trial, Ossendaro brothers at center stage. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Slammed nurses brace for Omicron nightmare in Michigan. Yes, Prince Charles really is the royal racist, author Christopher Anderson insists. What the Omicron hysteria is getting wrong. CNN probes news that Chris Cuomo dug for dirt on Burrow's foes. Surprise, Albert's Cyber Monday sale is live. Schoolgirl outfits, gifts to teens, sex abuse every day, Fed slammed Ghislaine Maxwell on first day of trial. These living robots self-replicate, and it's not terrifying. Texas dad accidentally kills 11-year-old daughter on hunting trip, authorities say. Virgil Abloh, Anna Wintour, Kanye West, and Venus Williams share memories. Biden, Omicron is coming here, but don't freak out yet. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Manchin slows Schumer push to get $2 trillion spending bill passed by Christmas. Mayor-elect Eric Adams has narrowed down picks to lead though, NYPD. How Suozzi's bid for Gov could slow NY's mad rush to the left. Why Will Ferrell cut off Anchorman director Adam McKay, get up. Why new Mets pitcher Max Scherzer has different colored eyes. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. What animals might teach us about living longer. Full interview, Dr. Anthony Fauci looks back on COVID-19 response. Cryonics, putting your future plans for life on ice. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Las Vegas is building the world's largest sphere. What if we aren't the first advanced civilization on Earth? Is case finally closed on 1965 Pennsylvania UFO mystery? The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Capitol riot panel moves to hold former Department of Justice lawyer in contempt. Emmett King, former Olympian and champion college runner, killed in shootout. Mayor-elect Adams considering scandal-scarred ex-cop for City Hall post as search for other key appointments narrows. Jury selected in Jussie Smollett hate hoax trial. Chris Cuomo used media contacts to protect his brother Andrew Cuomo, record show. Rep Tom Suozzi launches bid for NY governor, claiming he's only common-sense Democrat in crowded race. Biden urges new COVID vaccination push to fight Omicron variant, not stricter restrictions. NYC Mayor-elect Adams traveling to Ghana despite Omicron COVID variant, I'm not afraid of anything. Supreme Court set to take up all-or-nothing abortion fight. Rep Omar hangs up on Rep Boebert after the Republican from Colorado fails to apologize for anti-Muslim bigotry. The following headlines are from military.com. A 79-year-old alleged mobster has been indicted for defrauding TRICARE, Champa. Austin denies Oklahoma bid for exception to vaccine mandate. 1,000 National Guard soldiers to deploy to Africa as Mideast wars wind down. Spies in the ointment, which way will FBI, Central Intelligence Agency swing if Trump returns? Once banned by the Taliban, kites mark first Thanksgiving for Afghan refugees on U.S. military base. Russian Navy test fires hypersonic missile. Former Pentagon chief sues to publish material in memoir. Can world powers curb Iran in new nuclear talks? Taiwan sends jets after 27 Chinese planes enter buffer zone. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Democrat maintains edge in DuPage auditor election recount, Republican says race isn't over yet. Column, a message from the Omicron variant, I promise I won't hurt you, let's go, Brandon. Naperville man charged with aggravated DUI in crash that killed 3 people. I'm not going away anytime soon, Independent Monitor updates consent decree amid criticism of Chicago police reform effort. Will the vaccines protect against the new Omicron variant? Your COVID-19 questions answered. Police superintendent, 11-year-old prolific carjacker arrested, allegedly tied to several cases. Corrections and clarifications. Jury chosen for actor Jussie Smollett's trial, with opening statement set for this afternoon. Chicago man charged after woman sexually assaulted, child molested in Hammond home invasion. 17-year-old boy killed, 4 other teens wounded in targeted Evanston shooting Sunday night. The following headlines are from phys.org. Can lithium cure what ails the Salton Sea? Stem cell memories may drive wound repair, and also chronic disease. New study shows the largest comet ever observed was active at near a record distance. Study outlines challenges to ongoing cleanup of burnt and unburnt nurdles along Sri Lanka's coastline. Researchers propose a simpler design for quantum computers. Steam disinfection of baby bottle nipples exposes babies and the environment to micro and nanoplastic particles. Uncovering a promising use case for exosomes. A catalytic recipe for transforming quantum states. Satellites reveal Arctic rivers are changing faster than we thought. Scientists determine the mode of action of essential proteins involved in cancer and Alzheimer's disease. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, November 30th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Omicron variant, what we know so far. We really cannot stop natural disasters, we can only hope to contain them. 5 things you didn't know about Marie Curie. 25 best CBD gummies on the market. COVID-19 vaccine certificates for sale on the dark web. The 25 best CBD oils for sale. Humans have altered their life expectancy in extraordinary ways. How does climate change affect human health? How astronomers detected a Technus signature from Proxima Centauri, and why they rejected it. The 5 best dog foods for pugs. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. New Twitter CEO steps from behind the scenes to high profile. Seahawks WFT Game Center, live updates, highlights, how to watch, stream. A new Green Lake bike lane, the Seattle Department of Transportation wants your input. Democrats push FAA for action against certain Boeing 737 MAX employees. AP sourced, Pirates send catcher Jacob Stallings to Miami. Can Broncos' great rookie class help them end Chiefs' spell? The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. 12 and 13-year-old boys arrested in San Leandro carjacking. Twitter CEO steps down, leaves company at a crossroads. Cal COVID crisis, audio recording of parent meeting reveals frustration with university, Berkeley health officials. Elizabeth Holmes trial, Theranos President Balwani forced sex on Holmes, she testifies. Ravens place CB Kevin Seymour on reserve COVID-19 list, release ex-Calvert Hall QB Kenji Batter. No, Nancy Pelosi didn't buy a mansion in Florida. Dolphins rookie class providing building blocks for franchise after career days for Waddle, Phillips. Ravens ILB Patrick Queen's rib injury not considered serious, Coach John Harbaugh says. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Supply chain problems persist despite Biden's efforts to alleviate congestion. Iranian demands raise fresh doubts as nuke talks resume. Omicron spreading fast but scientists call it mild, warn not to panic. Salvation Army pulls anti-racism document after donor blowback. Inside the Beltway, Democrats now woke but clueless. Bobert Omar feud explodes in failed makeup call. Disney pulls Simpsons episode mocking Chinese censorship. Biden abruptly calls off his speech about fixing the supply chain crisis. Bill Cosby prosecutors take case to Supreme Court. House January 6 committee tees up contempt charges for another Trump ally. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Pfizer is lobbying to thwart whistleblowers from exposing corporate fraud. Anti-BDS laws could upend the constitutional right to engage in boycott. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, November 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. From winter parking bans to snow removal, the city's gearing up for harsh weather, and you should, too. Lightfoot denies flip-flop on sports betting. There was a time in history when Republican senators were willing to censure a colleague. Travel bans won't work to stop the Omicron variant. Jury chosen for Jussie Smollett trial. New union vote ordered for Amazon workers in Alabama. Bears' Eddie Jackson understands fans booing team, but that's not helping. Bears need to be smart with Justin Fields' injury. Dead naming and misgendering of trans people puts trans lives at risk. The next headlines are from the Times of India. There's no plan to recognize Bitcoin as currency, government. Farms stir at Delhi borders to end. Overdrawing by 5 states raises grid outage fears. Government healthcare spend up at 41% in FY18 from 29% in FY14. Hive, arrivals from Omicron hit nations to be tested at airport. COVID, SC says create portal to make X-Gradia process easier. Missing S gene in RT-PCR test can point to Omicron. Omicron risk very high, may change pandemic course, WHO. Supreme Court on pollution, NCR states on 48-hour notice. Gagwanian Control Hub, Rehab Center, what Gudge make it, why? You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, November 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Preview, the Christmas shoes at AD players at the George. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this week. Preview, the snowy day at Houston Grand Opera. Want a whole lot of zep? Houston Texans lose to New York Jets, 21-14. The next headlines are about world records making news. For superhuman Ermal Purja, climbing dead zone Everest took only a day, New York Post. The Dodge Challenger Demon has awesome world record-breaking wheels, hot cars. Elder Scrolls speedrunner set Skyrim world record, for the win. Weekend recap, Schifrin ties World Cup record, Formiga concludes career with Brazil, and more, NBC Sports. Weightlifter Carlos Nazar, 81 kg, snatches 175 kilograms in training at 17 years old, bar bend. Man rides 35 miles on electric unicycle while juggling for world record, UP.com. UAE, over 16,000 students, teachers, staff and parents get together to create Guinness World Record, College Times. Olympic hero Kyle Chalmers among star turns at FINA World Swimming Championships, The National. Speedrunner shatters Pacman Shining Pearl World Record just days after its successful launch, Essentially Sports. The week that was, Ilya Shimanovic takes down a world record, Swimming World magazine. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Amazon's Alabama workers are getting a second chance to unionize. The U.S. really doesn't want to admit it spied on Julian Assange. Star Wars, Ahsoka adds a possible Thrawn counterpart. 7 things to know about Twitter's new CEO. Critical Role's new novel reveals an awkward family reunion. Silent Night offers a downbeat blend of doomsday and Christmas. Physicists detect neutrinos for first time ever using Large Hadron Collider. Interpol says email fraud operation resulted in 1,000 arrests and $27 million seized. Jack Dorsey's Ranked. Fury Road prequel Furious Alusis Yahya Abdul Mateen II. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Marble Bar in Australia at 109.94 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.3 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ojmjkin in Russia at minus 56.56 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 49.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Nissan announces half-hearted F strategy after fumbling its lead. Apple is exploring reverse entry wireless charging technology. Ocarina of Time has been fully decompiled into human-readable code. Google Play apps downloaded 300,000 times, stole bank credentials. 2 months in, Windows 11 is still a work in progress. All the best Cyber Monday 2021 deals we can find so far, updated. Big tech firms should pay internet service providers to upgrade networks, telcos in Europe claim. Here are the best Cyber Monday deals we're seeing for less than $60. This 3D printer ink is alive. Jack Dorsey resigns as CEO of Twitter. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Jared Kushner's efforts to get Saudi money are as sleazy as the day is long, former U.S. attorney. Unified theory of nonsense, CNN panel thrashes GOP's Ronnie Jackson for new virus conspiracy theory. MAGA rioter who talked of desire to commit assassination hit with conspiracy charges. Right-wing media push new conspiracies about Waukesha parade killer, and give no evidence for any of them. Ex-Trump official warns former colleagues that they're defying the Capitol riot probe at their own peril. The American media misses the true nature of a GOP threat, but an international outlet nailed it. With new Omicron variant looming, Republicans are now bribing people to avoid vaccination. Nothing short of horrific, Republicans continue their cynical anti-Biden strategy despite its tragic consequences. Right-wing Tennessee group says learning about civil rights movement gives kids emotional trauma. Rep. Omar hung up on me, Lauren Boebert's apology phone call to Ilhan Omar ends with angry clash. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Lauren Boebert doubles down on her anti-Muslim bigotry. Jack Dorsey tried to be cool, but the company he built is deeply conventional. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Compensatory variability in network parameters enhances memory performance in the Drosophila mushroom body, pnas.org. Kinematic self-replication in reconfigurable organisms, pnas.org. New survey finds pharmacists eager for more brain health supplement information, Pharmacy Times. Thomasin protein's key contribution to heterogeneity of neurons revealed, newsmedical.net. NerveGen Pharma Corporation, closes non-brokered private placement, Yahoo Finance. Methylcobalamin protects melanocytes from oxidative stress DDDT, Dove Medical Press. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Sunday morning primetime special, Forever Young, Searching for the Fountain of Youth, November 28, CBS News. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, November 30th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Pentagon launches preemptive strike on Senate UFO law. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, November 30th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on in, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Newsite is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Newsite. All rights reserved.